Hey, this is John from DistressedMullet.com, and this is the Sonar Report brought to you by Hobie Standup Paddle Boards. Check them out at Hobie.com. This week, things that are on my Sonar are definitely accessories. So the way I'm breaking down accessories is that you start with the base, which is going to be your board. So whatever kind of board, most of the accessories are going to bounce off of that. Race boards. Anybody that's got a race board and you're looking for accessories for this holiday season, they're going to be looking for things that are going to help them with endurance and with their general racing. So you're looking at apparel, you're looking at hydration, you're looking at all the things that they're going to need like a triathlon does or someone who runs. So hydration belts. Nathan's got a couple of really good belts that carry the bike water bottles. Camelback has a whole series of hydration packs, and we've got some reviews up. Also, you got GPS watches. Everybody likes to know how far they went and be able to track their progress from race to race. So something like the Garmin 310 XT or the 910 XT, which is the new one, and the Garmin online, Garmin Connect is awesome because I can look at the same paddle distances and the same routes that I take and just see day to day based on my notes what the conditions were and how well I'm feeling and just see how they compare. Make sure they're waterproof, not just water resistant. Tie down bags, some of these races like the Chattajack 31 miler, there's a lot of these tie down plugs and tie down nets and tie down bags that are really going to be great for them because they can put things in there that they're going to need for that 6+ hour paddle, which sounds a little crazy to a lot of you, but you'll be surprised in 3 years after doing a rec race what you're thinking about accomplishing in the race. For surf, you have to switch gears. Go right to the surf world. You're going to think wetsuits, 1 mil tops, booties, gloves, surf lessons, surf wax, leashes, tide watches, all of the things that a surfer and the normal surf industry type things, they're going to need. So if you're near the ocean or you have somebody that's going to be surfing, just go right into your local surf shop or go, if you're not near a local surf shop, definitely go online to one of the bigger surf retailers and try and figure out they're going to need everything that a normal surfer is going to need. You really need to think about how lucky we are that surfers started this sport, because if a triathlete started this sport, we'd all be like 40-year-old guys in spandex bike shorts with fanny packs. I mean, because that's basically what we're wearing. I mean, we're wearing these PFDs around our waist. They look like fanny packs. And if we were triathletes, we'd have all these tight shorts on. And I'm telling you, it's hard enough to be 43 years old and in a surf shop. We're just lucky. Thank you, Laird, for making sure we have board shorts instead of stretchy pants. If you've got a bunch of kids, that kind of thing, you might want to look into the easy carts, adjustable paddles, extra PFDs. You just have a bunch of them around so that as people lose them or they get stuck in cars, you have them, especially if you have a lot of kids, because they have to have them. Also, if you've got little kids, there are these heads up life jackets that are awesome. Your little kid falls in the water, they'll come up heads up and they've got a handle on the back, and that's really cool. Also the little jackets with handles for dogs that keep them afloat. Those vests that they wear that have handles on them, instead of like struggling to try and get them scratching up the side of your board, you can reach in and just pluck them out and put them back on your board. So those are really great to get. One of the things I really like that I've started to use is the virus compression gear. The new ones that are out for fall are really cool. They're called Heat Trap. They increase your surface temperature by 10%, and it's not done with any kind of chemicals or anything. It's actually in the weave, in the fabric, which is made from recycled coffee beans, and it's also quick dry. So if you fall in, it's not like it's gonna it's gonna be like sopping wet. It's actually gonna take that moisture away from your skin, so it's really good. The X-Form construction, you can see it crosses across your back. It pulls your shoulders down away from your ears, so it gives you good posture, which opens up your thoracic cavity, helps you breathe better, helps endurance. They say it helps for muscle recovery. They fit really well. They pull down good. New Heat Trap ones are phenomenal. So they'll keep you 10% warmer. And I actually still like to use if you're going to layer, sometimes you could use the ones you've had all summer, the cool ones, and layer something on top if you need something extra. So you could sort of vary the two, which are really nice. Again, this is the black one. The women's version is, obviously not for me, but you can see it's a really nice women's cut. So it's got a better silhouette, and they come in the silver and a couple of different colors. So these are going to be really great if you're going to be out there. All right, I just want to talk a little bit about the Futures Triangle Cutaway fin. I did a review on it this week because it's my go-to fin. Because I'm usually in saltwater, doing a lot of ocean paddling, and it's great for surfing, it's great for buoy turns, it's great for a lot of the conditions that I'm in right now. When I'm in flat water, I go down to the keel fin. This is actually a 44, but I use a 35 as a smaller version. I know a lot of you guys are wondering what size. I mean, they have a 44, they've got a 52, and I think it's going away, but there's even a 61. As the fins are getting bigger, you're getting more drag and more weight, but what you're also getting is more stability and better tracking. When you have a fin that's also going, has more distance from the board, so it's actually going underneath, it's actually reaching more calm water in the water column. So you've got all this like craziness that's going on right underneath the board, especially if you're in surf, you're around buoys, there's other boards. So something like this is reaching down farther and getting into that undisturbed water and keeping you more stable. Also, the thing about a fin is you're trying to find a fin that will balance. You're either steering with your paddle or you're steering with your fin as far as tracking goes. You're usually doing a little bit of both, but the more you rely on your paddle, the less you rely on your fin. So if you're newer and your technique isn't quite as polished, like if you haven't taken a technique clinic or you haven't had anybody critique you, something that's a little bit bigger might actually do a little bit better for you because it's going to help you track where your paddle's not helping you. One of the other things that you should consider if you're like a bigger, stronger guy is if you have a bigger fin in the back. Sometimes if your technique isn't that good, you actually pull the tail of your board to the side. So not only if your paddle's vertical, you're going straight, but you're making adjustments a little bit with the paddle. But if your paddle isn't vertical and the board is already going this way and you're strong, you're actually pulling the board towards the paddle and sliding that tail out. So if you don't have a big enough fin in the back and you're really strong and your technique isn't up to snuff, then you're going to be pulling that around. So a bigger fin is definitely going to benefit you. Well, that's it for the Sonar Report. Thanks to Carolina Paddleboard Company. Check them out on Airlie Drive down in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. Thanks, Jason, for all the props. Love it. Expect to see us here in the future. And thanks to Hobie Sup. Definitely check them out. Support the companies that support the mullet. And thanks for watching the Sonar Report.